Going on, Degenerates? This is Zach. Welcome to Gin and Sofa. Sit back and enjoy.
Zach, I feel like you and I need to have a discussion and really get to the bottom of this, because this is one of the few times that you and I fall on opposite sides of an argument.
Very rare.
Very rare. You told me one time you dry off in the shower.
Yes. Okay.
Step out and dry off like in the middle of the room, I guess.
Yeah, so you're telling me you like flooding out your bathroom. You like to just sprinkle your butt water onto the kitchen, not the kitchen, but the bathroom tiles.
So this is my technique. I get out of the shower, I step on the bath mat in front of the shower. Then I shimmy myself.
Which I guess is what the bath mat is for.
You're right.
Fun fact.
I shimmy myself on the bath mat.
Shimmy.
I shimmy.
What is a shimmy? Is that like you don't raise your feet off the ground?
A shimmy is definitely, I'm going to play you a sound effect. This is what a shimmy should sound like if you're shimmying correctly.
Sounds like you're doing something else. Shimmying on something.
I shimmy myself to the window to the mirror.
The window. I have to show off my cleanliness.
And I dry off.
Okay.
In the room, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm interested though, because usually we fall on the same side of an argument, and we argue to no one, to our 10 listeners, why they should follow our. I'm interested
to
if
get to
people.
a dozen.
Yeah.
Just throw it out there. Tell your friends. Maybe a baker's dozen if we're lucky.
A baker's dozen would be nice. And while you're on our baker's dozen list, you should absolutely DM us and let us know which side you are on. Of the
baker's dozen?
Of the shower. Do you dry off in or out?
I was gonna say, who's gonna text us and be like, I prefer 12 donuts instead of 13, thank you.
They're probably not friends of ours.
Yeah, they cannot. You know what you can do? You can tell 2 other people to listen, and you can kindly unsubscribe.
Yes.
Not that
replace yourself.
Yeah, replace yourself and find somebody else.
Yeah, but also listen just to boost the number.
Yeah, also just keep subscribing. You don't have to listen anymore.
Yeah.
So I guess why do you shimmy around the bathroom with a towel on? I hope.
Yeah,
you're just dripping.
My worry with you drying off in the shower, and the reason why I dry off out of I go from top to bottom drying off. I have a face towel, and then I go from with my body towel, I go from like shoulders down.
Yes.
Does your towel not touch your bathroom, like your bathtub?
Oh no, dude. No.
How do you dry it
because
off?
I just hold the towel with my hands. Fun fact. And then
you don't just let the towel naturally fall down your body.
I got the towel, and I'm trying not to bang the fucking wires here, but I got the towel and holding up almost like a fucking basketball.
Yeah.
Bunched up.
Oh, you're a buncher dryer.
Almost a buncher. And then I just kind of mostly for the legs.
Okay.
So here's what happens.
Okay. Tell me your dry off technique.
So I put it on my back, and I get my back. My shoulders, and
so it's full flat when you're doing
flat when I do that. The old school back and forth kind of maneuver.
I feel like they always do that in shows.
Your hands out like you got 2 wieners in your hand, and then you start fucking yanking the towel. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that in shows, like in cartoons, to show someone's drying off.
Yeah, exactly. So I do that.
Yeah.
And then I just start taking, then I take it and wipe off my arms.
Okay.
And then I'm going down.
Then I'm going
downtown, brother.
All right.
And then when I get to the legs, after we go downtown, so then I just take it in almost like a bunch, and I just kind of bring my legs.
I see what you're saying.
My leg goes up.
Okay. You bring your leg to meet the towel more than the towel to meet the leg.
There's a middle ground where they meet.
A compromise.
Yeah, you can't just wait for the towel to reach your leg.
Okay.
That's how it gets intercepted. Okay? They take it back to the house.
Yeah.
That's a pick six, brother.
That's it,
And then you do the feet, right? And the thing is, once you do the feet, you have to get out, because if you do the feet and you get back and you step back down, they're wet
dirty
again.
Foot. Yeah. So
but then I do it anyway, and I shimmy my feet on the mat.
So you're also a shimmier.
Yeah, but I just do it like a wipe off, not like a shimmy to somewhere else. I'm not shimmying traveling.
You're not shimmying taking the...
Yeah, I'm not an adventurer. A shimmy adventurer.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Here's my combatant.
Okay.
My argument.
Okay. Against drying off out of the shower.
The water stays in the tub, bro.
Okay.
Okay, and also like most of the time, I don't know if you are, but I bet all the ladies out there listen to us. So producer Brandy, and so it's like they like the heat.
Yeah.
They like a hot shower, right?
Yes.
I like a hot shower, but I like a medium hot.
Not scalding.
Not scalding.
Yeah, enough to fog up
or scalding.
I say scalding.
It is scalding.
Okay.
Anyway, so like they want it hot, so like she gets really cold right after the shower is done, right? So I know that she likes to. She kicks me. Not okay. I'm gonna say a little TMI. Maybe I don't know. Sometimes we shower together because whatever. It's
yeah.
Right?
I hate that move, by the way. Not that you two shower together. I hate showering with people.
Okay, so we. But why do you hate it?
I'm cold.
You're cold. Why?
I'm standing outside of the path of the heat.
Yes, you don't say. However, we have we figured out a contraption.
You do. You guys do have
which is genius because it was like that. It's always like that. You're freezing.
Yeah.
So then we got the
So you guys wanted to shower together badly enough that you guys rigged a scenario.
Not necessarily, but like it was kind of like. First of all, it started off like you come to these apartments and they got these cheap ass shower heads. Right? You bought a new one.
First thing you should replace in an apartment.
Is always you buy your own and then don't leave it when you move out. Don't be an idiot because you got to do it again eventually. So you bought one yourself, right?
Yeah.
We bought one and we're going out to buy one, and I was like, why don't we get this one that has a wand thing on the like a separate attachment? The wand. Ooh. And then I was like, genius is we just kind of like take the like hose and like basically like command strip it to the wall, and then it's on the other side of the shower. I was also inspired by Chris and Emily's. Oh. They have a shower that has like dual shower heads.
That's the way to be.
Genius. But I don't have that money. So I said, I'm just going to buy I'm going to buy the attachment and glue it to the wall. Close enough.
It works.
Yeah, it works. But then, so we're never cold.
Yeah.
Which is great.
So you often have to use. We're never cold.
Well, I'm never cold because even if I do shower with her, like there's another shower head.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I guess the point is she gets cold.
Yeah. But
then, so when we're done showering together, she kicks me out because she likes to dry off, like exclusively. Like she needs space to, like I guess, like do the cartoon shake. Maybe,
Yeah.
So I do a little quick like dab down, right, as fast as I can
in the shower.
And get up.
Okay.
But I think the point I'm making is that the water stays in the tub.
Yeah, I agree. And so I think you're also saying, is producer Brandy a dry off outside the tub person?
No, she dries off inside.
Inside the tub. Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's no clash there.
No clash. If there was, okay, dude, because like if she was a dry off outside, I'd be like, just get out.
Yeah, I should stay in. You should get out.
Yeah, I'm staying in the dry. You can get out.
I don't want to get on a tangent. Maybe this is a different.
We're not a tangent podcast.
Maybe this is a different intro question. But like,
I totally can hear you.
No. I'm saying maybe this is a different intro question. So I don't mean to get on a tangent, but like, one of the reasons it's not only the coldness I don't like showering with people.
Okay.
Like I feel like there's a different way I shower when no one's eyes are on me.
Absolutely, man.
Like I want to make sure I'm clean, so I go in on some key areas, and I can't do that if someone.
Well, why not? Why can't you?
Bro, I haven't been in a committed relationship for...
just tell her you're trying to clean, bro. Like, you like to be clean.
But, like, can you imagine lifting my ball sack and being like, I really like to be clean? Like, I would... It's a hard move to pull off when someone's watching you.
Oh, man. I'd just be like, this is for you. And just for a minute, you're going to like this later. Yeah. Don't worry.
You know how much you loved how clean I was down there? There's a reason why I'm that clean.
Yeah. This is why you liked what you did earlier.
I do want to respond to you did mention this. I do want to respond though to the water being outside of the outside of the tub.
Are you spilling? Yeah. Piddling everywhere? Not piddling.
So I will admit,
kind of a dangerous word, I think. Piddling.
I think this is the reason why I got used to drying off outside of the shower. And you're right, it is piddling, I think. I step out I used to be able to step out, and I used to be in such a thin shower. Like my parents' house had like a thin bathroom.
Okay.
So when you stepped out, I was already in front of the mirror and already kind of near
these
like
ones you have to like kind of like look.
Yeah, you kind of have to. You have to shimmy.
So my fucking bathroom's like the size of a room.
Oh yeah, that you have a mat. Yeah, and your closet is like
it's in the bathroom, which is very weird.
Yeah, luckily that's producer Brandy's closet.
From the room to the bathroom to get to the closet.
Can you imagine if you were running late, had to get dressed, and someone's like taking a dump?
Yeah, I gotta.
Bro, I really need my suit in there.
My suit smells like shit now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't answer though.
Yeah, you're right.
I do want where. What do you mean?
So like this is I've become good at this technique. I step out of the shower. If I don't shimmy, I shimmy alone. If I'm with someone or like, I don't want to be caught shimmying. It's not an attractive shimmy.
Shimmies are never attractive.
They're never attractive. Never. So I never want to be caught doing it. So I guess what I do if like I'm worried is I take the bath mat and I just use my foot to pick up I pick up whatever the water.
The foot sweep. Foot sweep. Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's fine,
but it's extra step you're taking when you didn't have to take it.
That's true. I'm gonna give your basketball bunch up technique
I guess
a try.
The only concern is make sure you like kind of like change spots of the towel per leg.
That's what was making me nervous. Is you were saying you bunched up the towel. I was like, I like to have different spots. I like a dry.
Yeah, sure, but it's like a routine. Like
it's
just
a science.
Do it. You're like, this is a dry spot. Especially if you get good towels, because if you get shit towels, that sucks.
That's true. Do you think?
Have you ever like been in like say over at a suitette, if you will?
Ooh, a suitette. I think that should be how it's referred.
Yeah.
From now, Jen and Sofa, coin term, suitette.
Suitette. Patnet. Someone listening, work on the patent.
Yeah, teach us how to do that.
Teach us how to make money.
Yeah. All right. So suitette.
Suitette is like, you should shower here. And you're like, that's wonderful. She only has small towels. Have you ever ran into that situation?
So I'm going to hit you with a very hot take. I do like a big towel.
A big towel.
I hate beach towels. Like, like the very thin, scratchy kind.
Yeah, but they get their own texture. They're different texture. Yeah. Like they shouldn't be in the bathroom. Did someone put those in the bathroom?
I've been on, especially. Whoa. I feel like there are people that have one good towel for themselves. And then when they're like,
maybe a backup.
You need a towel?
Yeah, I got a hand towel.
Yeah, here's the beach
go
towel.
To the kitchen. There's one hanging next to the stove.
Yeah,
just go ahead and grab that
one I wash dishes with, dry dishes with. Can you grab that?
Go ahead and grab that one. Actually, there's one in the sink here.
Yeah,
a hand towel. You could just use that for your dong.
Ooh, worst move ever. They dry off. Hand you the one that they just. Have you ever experienced that?
I don't think so.
I
think if I did, I'd run.
Oh, it was a red flag.
I'd off.
I do need to dry off.
I wouldn't be wet and naked running out.
I've been in a scenario where I was like, because here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I do shower with people, I pull a producer Brandy, and I'm like, you should get out. I've got some other techniques I needed to do without a watchful eye.
Yeah, I don't want someone seeing. Yeah, I don't want to see someone taking a towel and just drying off. The nether regions. Deeply.
Like, and I don't want like my penis dripping. So, but like, I don't want.
Penis drip is never a good thing.
Yeah, so like. When I see, if I see someone dry themselves off with their face and then hand me that same towel, I'm like, do you know where this is going?
Which is funny because this is another tangent, but I don't really, it's going to like maybe fuck with you later, but like.
Skin words?
No skin words, but so like how often do you wash your towel?
Towel, I'd ideally... like to do twice a week.
Twice a week?
Because I normally switch towels. Like I normally switch towels, but like because I don't have a second towel here.
Oh, you don't?
You guys have a lot of towels. I figure if someone needed to use a different towel, I'd just be like, hey, Zach, can I borrow one of your towels?
I could throw you a towel.
Yeah.
I guess what I was saying is that you have this towel.
Yeah.
It's like one of those like in the abyss kind of in back of the mind.
Sure.
You don't really think about it, but like, you dry your face off, right? You pat your face and then you go on with the rest of your body. Then it gets into this like no man's land where the next time you shower, you start over again with your face. But did you not remember about the last time you showered? You were at your balls, the last location. Now it's at your face.
I did allude to this earlier. I have a face towel.
That's
and
true.
I
You are smarter than me. I understand. And because I was thinking, I like to think that's in the. Oh, sorry. I like to think that's in the discussion of they fall into the same category as like washing things.
Yes.
Dishwasher things.
You're right. Yeah.
Where like we trust the dishwasher
To do
don't
its
we?
job. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this morning,
Yeah.
we saw some schmutz in the inside of my coffee mug.
Some schmutz. We did.
Producer Brandon's like, I came out, the dishwasher was clean. Dishwasher was clean. It was done. You know what I mean? Like, and you're like,
and then you said it was sticky.
It was sticky. But I'm just saying, we were just like, all right, well, it's clean. It's clean.
Yeah. We do.
If the dishwasher said it's clean,
the dishwasher wouldn't stop.
it wouldn't lie to me.
Yeah.
It's a machine.
Yeah.
Machines don't lie. Arnold doesn't lie to me. He's here to save the world and save John Connor.
Save John Connor.
So, like, we just fucking say, all right, it's cool, man.
Came out of the dishwasher.
This bitch came out. Yeah.
Came out of the dryer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the underwear came out of the dryer. I don't know why there's a shit stain on it. The dishwasher, the washer and dryer forget to clean my shit?
Bro.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yes. I know exactly what you're
Put it
saying.
in this back of your mind. Like,
Yeah.
It's taken care of.
It's taken care of. I think about that because, like, even though I might not go up to my face with my ball towel, I go up to my chest.
Right, which is close to your face.
It's close to my face. I go up to my décolleté.
My décolleté. My clavicle.
Yeah. So I'm up on the area, and I'm like, I think to myself, like, my balls were here yesterday. Wow. But I think you reset. This is why people usually shower once a day.
Mm-hmm.
Is because 24 hours resets a towel.
That's the rules. Like, okay, what about like the worst is like when you go to get your reset towel.
You reset a towel.
Your towel that has been reset and it's a little damp.
Yes. Have you ever had a night shower? First of all, are you a morning shower on a day you don't have a hockey game?
Yeah, I usually shower after a hockey game, but normally it's morning.
You're a morning shower in like a perfect world.
Yes.
You're a morning shower versus a night shower. Here's my thing. Have you ever had like a random night shower?
Mm-hmm.
And then you went the next morning for your morning shower. And it's damp.
Yeah, well, no shit.
Yeah, that's
like 8 hours later.
That's what I'm imagining when you say like you ever reach for your towel and it hasn't had the appropriate 24-hour reset.
Or you don't have like you have like a hook, right? But it's not as effective as drying as like a bar.
Yeah.
On, you know.
Yeah, and you guys have those towel warmers though.
We do.
Yeah.
I don't know what that does to the bacteria. Probably accelerates the growth, honestly. But you know what? They feel great.
They feel great. It's a warm towel.
It's a warm towel. You can't beat that.
I didn't figure out how to work it, and I'm worried that if I ever try a warm towel on the like you guys always tell me, once you have heated seats, bro,
dude,
you'll never go back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Once you get the what was it, creature comforts? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, like I think that is what
Creature comforts?
little comforts.
What the fuck does
those
that mean?
like
I'm
the
not a
little
creature.
luxuries. Yeah, I don't know what
You
it
think
means.
I'm like a squirrel?
Squirrels definitely need heated seats.
I think a squirrel would love a heated seat. No, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I agree.
He'd love AC in that tree. So this drink reminds me of how that guy felt in the movie where Lana was punching his face in with a toaster.
This drink is not good. This drink is not good at all.
It's not good at all, but we are obligated to
We are obligated.
share with our listeners
God, it's
here.
so bad.
I brought the jug of Sunny D. If you want to start cutting it,
Yes.
Chris. Since you want to go ahead and
Yeah.
break it down,
What we did is
what if we just say it's okay? So we're gonna review the movie Suicide Kings. Sorry,
Yeah.
Suicide Kings.
we are going to review Suicide Kings, and part of the reason we made this drink is because we wanted to make a suicide-esque item, I guess. And it's we took 3 different.
So yeah, do you know what suicide is?
I know you're right. Most of our listeners probably don't know what it is.
Well, they might do. I feel like I think it's more common than we think.
Yeah. So you guys have been in a fast food restaurant.
You've been to CC's.
Yeah. You've been to a CC's.
You've been to CC's. You know.
And you just go up to the soda fountain and you hit like all of them into one cup.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm getting one of everything.
One of everything. And that is a suicide.
That's a suicide.
So what we did was we took 3 different liquors.
Right.
Which is Saint Germain.
Apologize for this noise. Okay.
No worries. The 3 liquors we used in this suicide drink is Saint Germain. We used Johnny Walker.
I didn't put Saint Germain in it.
Oh, you didn't?
I just realized that.
Oh, maybe that's why it's ass. Yeah. No. But so what we did. It's just Johnny Walker, Absinthe, Sunny D, a splash of orange bitters, a splash of orange bitters, and then a little bit of lime juice.
Splash.
Just a splash. Hopefully, add something in here besides Absinthe and Johnny Walker.
Man, I'm sorry. I completely forgot the Saint Germain.
It's okay.
And I think that would have helped.
I think so too. Like the elderflower would definitely have been good in this.
So the idea is the suicide, right? Okay, so I guess we kind of half-assed that.
Yeah.
But there's also more wordplay.
Yeah, there's more to it.
References.
So we used the Johnny Walker specifically for Christopher Walken.
Yes. He's pretty much the top star in the movie.
He is top billing. He should be because no one else in that movie. I guess Dennis Leary?
Dennis Leary, maybe. I think it was an early role for him, though.
Oh, it was?
I think relatively.
Okay, so Jay Moore maybe was the biggest star other than...
Yeah, so I guess maybe Dennis Leary was. Because I think The Ref came out a couple of years before that, right?
Oh.
Good movie.
Good movie. Maybe a reviewable movie.
Yeah, but then we have to talk about Kevin Spacey. We have to talk about that.
And nobody wants to talk about that.
Nobody wants to talk about that.
The drink is...
Lovely.
The drink is bad.
Okay, so the thing is with the drink.
Yeah.
I can't believe... I put, half an ounce of absinthe in it? And that's all I taste.
All you can taste is licorice.
That's it. It's so dominating.
It's very overpowering.
But we use Johnny Walker for Christopher Walken, and we use Sunny D because Walking on Sunshine
sounded like a good. Yeah,
we're gonna call it Walking on Sunshine. And I think we should retool this.
We should definitely retool this. It's not good. We actually, you know what? If you go to Gin and Sofa Pod and you tell us that you made this, we're gonna give you kudos. We don't have anything to actually give you.
I feel like there's somebody out there, maybe not one of our listeners, but there's somebody out there that loves absinthe, loves the Jaeger, loves that licorice feel, that taste, and they also like bourbon and whiskey. There's gonna be somebody out there. And I bet somebody out there is gonna be like, "Oh, this is pretty damn good, boys.
This is pretty good."
And we guys, the rest of your drinks aren't good, but this is good shit, brother. I don't know why he's a redneck now, but all of a sudden he's just.
For someone to like that, they've got to be someone completely different than I am, which makes sense. It would be a redneck.
Maybe they are redneck. Yeah, maybe that's what they are.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to jump in the scale, bro?
Let's jump in the scale because this might be one of the first. I think this might be the first one. Maybe. Yeah, I think this might be the first. I mean, me personally, I'm giving it a 1.
I will say it's getting better.
It might just be the alcohol.
I don't know if it's the more scoops. The more sips, the more alcohol you're tasting. Yeah. Getting a little tipsy, but there's not. It's funny because there's not a lot of alcohol in this. It's
there's
2
really
shots,
not.
Maybe.
But it's because that absinthe is so powerful that it dominates everything, and it's essentially like drinking orange juice licorice. I would say. I
mean, you like licorice though.
I do.
So I'm really surprised you hate this.
So I like licorice, but I like the taste of licorice, not the after burn of whatever you call whatever I'm tasting at the end of this drink. I don't like with licorice.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's all. I mean, that's like Jaeger though. I hate Jaeger though. I guess it makes sense. I think, but I feel like I taste that when I eat the candy, and you love the candy.
I do like the candy.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
What would you say? What if we added a licorice straw?
No.
That's the opposite direction. Unless you want to go in.
Twizzler, and that was like cherry.
the red Twizzler.
The red Twizzler. They make black Twizzlers?
Yeah.
Oh my god. And
I mean, I like them.
What do you like about licorice so much?
I like the flavor. Like, I don't know how to describe licorice other than licorice flavor.
Yeah, well, I guess it's its own thing. Is it? It's a plant, right? Licorice root,
Is it?
I believe.
Oh, that makes
believe
sense.
that.
Believe that.
I'm gonna look it up right now, though. But you
All right,
explain to me why you
yeah.
like licorice so much.
While you're looking at licorice, to me, it just has a flavor. It kind of has to me like a burn like horseradish, a little bit. Like not a burn like horseradish, but like that aftertaste like horseradish. Like you feel it in your senses other than your tongue, and that's what I like about licorice. Yeah. I don't know. To go back to this being a 1, it's a 1. This might be I want to say that this should be a challenge to our listeners. Like, this is the first Gin and Sopa challenge.
What is the challenge, though?
You make yourself a Johnny Walker, Absinthe, and Sunny Delight. Mm-hmm. And you drink it. I think they deserve a keychain for that.
Oh.
We have a lot of keychains.
We do. We have. I'll tell you what. We have keychains. We got pins.
Well, we got pens.
We got stickers.
We got stickers.
We got a variety of stickers.
Yeah. If you drank this,
if you drink this, and I want proof, I want like a DM.
Yeah.
Like, and their stories of you drinking it.
Yeah, at least like a.
I don't want you taking a sip. I want you finishing your drink.
Yeah.
I'll send you one of everything.
Oh, I like that.
How's that?
One of everything. I think that's a good, because this drink is our first one. It's so bad that like you deserve something if you drink this.
One of everything. You can get one of everything, or I dare say we make them a T-shirt.
I'd do that. Yeah,
you could do that.
Yeah, we'd give you a T-shirt if you drink this.
A T-shirt, that might not. It might not be very fast. I can get you the other things quicker.
Yeah, you'll get the first 3 things.
If you'd rather have the T-shirt.
Yeah, let us
Billy
know.
Less than Zane. Just saying.
Billy Less than Zane. You drink this.
Yeah, if you drink this and you prove it.
Yeah, you're getting one of everything, bro.
Okay, I'm down with that. I'll take the challenge.
I like that because it's bad, and it's the only reason why we're still drinking it is because we want to get into the review.
Right,
I feel
which we can get into a little bit, but I would just verify that we're 1.
Yeah,
cocktail scale 1.
1. Chris Tiago, a 1 on the cocktail scale.
I agree. 1. Actually,
0.5.
It's a 4. No, okay. Actually, I take back everything. This is amazing.
This is a 4.
Yeah,
it's bad. It's bad. Almost to the point where, because we haven't had bad drinks before, at least this bad, like it's almost hard to talk about because we're used to like singing a lot of praises.
Yeah, this is amazing. No,
I'm not a whiskey guy, so like, and that's what Johnny Walker is, right?
Yeah, it's whiskey.
Yeah, I'm not a whiskey guy, so like Johnny Walker immediately, I'm like, I would never order this, so it can't be a 4 or 3,
right?
A 2, I don't want to give it a 2 because I'm having a lot of trouble.
I was thinking about giving it a 2, and then that's why I was. Well, then I backed out. I pushed out because I was thinking about it 2 because like, what's 2 again? God damn it, I always forget. So like, 1 is I get it, and I don't ever want it again.
Like you'll order it, and you won't even finish it.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Because like a 2 is like you'll drink it,
like you'll finish it
again. It might be a 2.
Might be a 2
because I'm tolerating it.
You are. I feel like you're tolerating it partly because
for the review. That's true, but it's not like it is not like
it's not like you drank like toilet water. You know what I mean? We should say that. It's not like your
means like
sewage.
A 1. What if we might have to reconsider what a 1 is?
Okay.
Because I think
maybe a 0 is you don't finish it.
Okay. Because, like, I think, what would you not finish? Because a shot's a shot.
Yeah, you're right. Like, I guess I would finish this. Because I'm also thinking, like, this is probably a $15 drink, maybe? Is Johnny Walker, like...
Well, we did Johnny Walker Black, so...
So no.
If it's at a restaurant, it's $15 for no reason. We should have got Johnny Walker Blue.
We should have. Maybe that will change the flavor.
Yeah, no. But, like, I think...
Billy Less than Zane, you need Johnny Walker Black for this, though.
Yeah, you stick with the fucking black. I want you to get red.
Yeah.
Get the lower one. I think the problem is, like, even if I had, like, like a cup of whiskey in front of me or a cup of... What's your least favorite liquor?
Definitely whiskey.
Really?
Whiskey or scotch, maybe.
Okay. Well, scotches drink neat though.
Yeah, either of those. Anything with
Rocks,
like a
but like there's no mixing in it.
yeah, like rum is fine. Rum is probably
I love
closer.
rum.
I like that one that you like, the Bumbu. Bumbu. That's a good rum. But like Captain Morgan to me, I can leave.
Not terrible. It's not great.
Yeah, I can leave. But whiskey and scotch.
Kindly leave. You get the hell out of here.
Whiskey's definitely my least favorite.
All right. Okay. What about like vodka? You don't mind vodka?
I don't mind vodka because isn't that keto friendly?
I don't know.
I feel like
I don't know anything is no liquor is keto friendly. I don't want to hear about it. I had a guy. You remember James Case?
Yeah.
He thought he said scotch was keto friendly. No carbs.
No carbs.
That dude drinks so much scotch and smokes cigars. I don't want
Feels
to
like there's
slander
carbs.
him right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's not as jacked as he was.
Oh.
He's not as jacked as he was. I'm not slandering, but I am.
Maybe the scotch has
Okay.
carbs. That's
He's
all
not
he's
like
saying.
He's listening.
Yeah.
I don't think so. If you are, cool.
Yeah, cool. Hit
Thanks,
us up.
bro. Like,
No, I agree. Yeah, this is a 1.
okay, so we're still
For
1
me,
and a 1.
it's okay. If
Do you
zero
think we
is,
should change the scale?
if we're changing the scale and 0 is a not finished, then to me it's still a 1. It's the lowest I will give a drink that isn't like.
I'm saying, is it a 1 or a 2? Because so you'll never. If I brought this to you,
Yeah.
this is the way I think of it. You ordered it and I made it and I brought you this drink,
Yeah.
and you're like drinking it.
Yeah.
Do you just keep going? Do you just because a 1 would say a 1 would be like you're like
Gross.
take this back. I don't want this.
You're right. Okay, 0 then to me is that reaction. You took a sip and said
I
no.
just don't know any drink that's like that. But I know for the
Yeah.
point of it all, you're right. Okay, sorry, I'm being facetious.
No. I mean, like, I agree, though, because, like, you want to have a real scale.
Because I think the 2 would be like, oh, all right, well, you drink it, which is the 2.
You drank it. Yeah, okay.
You ordered it, you drank it, you're
drank
just
it.
never going to get it again.
Maybe we may reevaluate the gin and soda scale, and we'll release, like, an image of the actual scale.
Say, like, maybe a 1's like, like, you throw up when you drink it.
You threw up when you drank. I think if I had a lot of these, I would throw up if I drank it. Like, it's gross.
Yeah, well, I just think it's just... I think that's more in the mixer.
You're
For
right.
some reason, a lot of people drink, like, orange juice and, like, vodka, right? Like a screwdriver.
Yeah, yeah.
To me, it's like the acid in it
I can agree with
will
that.
make my stomach get upset faster.
Like churn, yeah.
And then you're just
Yeah.
like, you're spinning.
Yeah.
It's a spiral. It's a deadly spiral, my friend.
It's
And
also
then you're
very
fucked.
sugary because of the Sunny D.
It is very sugary, too. And then that's not good for your tummy.
Yeah,
either.
that
Fun
like
fact, fans.
yeah.
Degenerates.
Which is why you should Degenerate should drink it though. And send us proof.
Yeah. And also, if you want free swag,
Yeah.
fucking do it.
All right, so you've convinced me it's a 2 because I will finish it.
Okay.
It's a 2.
I'm going to go with 2 then.
2
As well.
2. The Walking on Sunshine, Suicide Walking on Sunshine.
Yeah, it sounds like walking on
Walking
the sun.
on suicide. Ooh, I like that. It's just walking on the
Smash Mouth
sun.
ref.
Yeah, because you would just die.
Because you'd just rather burn alive than finish this drink. I will say that you initially wanted just Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have stuck to that.
Yeah. I feel like though with the 2 ingredients, it would have been harder to make it. Like you made a good point when you told me like Walking on Sunshine. Like yeah, it has Christopher Walken, but like outside of Christopher Walken, it didn't really relate to the movie.
Right.
Where like we added a couple of like
Yeah,
it's a suicide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Walking on suicide.
It makes it, yeah. Suicide on the sun.
I kind of like that.
You like that? But did you feel like you were walking on the sun when you watched the movie?
We're still in the review.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Sorry. I think that's a really good way to.
Oh, well, we're in.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right.
I'm not going to cut this.
Oh, sorry. Did I feel like I was walking on the sun while watching the movie? I gotta tell you, you You convinced me to watch this movie.
So I did.
Yeah.
And it's a very weird thing. I don't know if your mom or dad ever did this, but my parents, particularly my dad.
Yeah.
It must have rubbed off on me with the movies. He like would watch like the same movies.
Just like over and over?
Yeah. So I've seen this movie probably 10 times.
No way.
At least.
Oh,
I've
shit.
seen like Scream, the original, like 20 times.
Dang.
Like
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, there's random movies he just like would put on all the time.
And this was Suicide Kings.
One of them was Suicide Kings.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that many times.
You know, he's just like, that's
Did you like it? Even as a kid?
As a kid, yeah, I did. I think as you get older, I think I liked it more because it's more of a thinking movie.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Like yeah.
A kid, I'm like
Christopher Walken.
Just walking. I know.
Dudes with his fingers off.
I mean, I don't think I was ever too young when it came out because it came out, I can't remember, 97, 98.
Yeah.
Late 90s.
It's almost a 20-year-old movie. Excuse me. 20-year-old movie.
It's over 20.
Oh, or excuse me. It's almost a 25-year-old movie.
Holy shit. Yeah, you're right. But, but, you know, it was funny because I was like, man, this guy watches this movie a lot. And so, yeah, I was like, I've seen it a lot. And I saw it was on, Stars?
Yeah,
it's on Stars, Mike. You can watch it.
Tell us what you think.
Tell us what you think, bro, because you never want to come down here.
Yeah. So you convinced me to watch Suicide Kings,
right?
And the way you described it to me is like, it's Christopher Walken, bro. It's Christopher Walken, and it's like,
but was I wrong?
Yeah, no, it was.
Was I wrong?
It was a good movie.
It was Christopher.
It was
Walken.
It was Christopher Walken, and we're gonna talk more about this, but like as we go through the movie, but like it was definitely Christopher Walken. It was a good movie. Why don't we just start from the beginning?
Why don't we just start from the beginning? Which is okay. So I will say this: the one not fun.
Okay,
but I guess one unique thing is about this movie is how it kind of just starts.
Yeah, I like that about this movie.
Okay.
It didn't have a lot of like exposition.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone knew who Christopher Walken was, and you just knew like
you could just tell.
Yeah, they allude to it.
You could tell what kind of character he was, right?
Like people were like, oh, you know, like people going out of their way are like, oh shit, do you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like you get a feel, but it literally, like you're right, it started.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
if I remember right, he got dropped off by Lano.
Yeah.
And there was just like a little comment about his boots.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into a little bit. But then he walks into the bar or restaurant, whatever it was.
This is one of my favorite lines in the movie. So I believe it's raining.
Yes.
Outside.
It was raining.
He walks in and this woman who is very young compared to Christopher Walken's like this is younger Christopher Walken, but like not a young man.
We're not talking like, you know, what's the name? I'm sorry.
Deer Hunter? Like when he was really young?
I'm trying to think of when he was Bond. It was like A View to Kill.
A
View to a Kill. Not that young.
Yeah.
Max Zorn.
Yeah. But it was like, you know, he's not Christopher Walken of like Balls of Fury.
Yeah, right.
He walks in.
Balls of Fury.
He walks in. He's doing like his Christopher Walken thing where he walks in.
You know, he's talking like he's talking. He's walking like he's walking.
Talking.
Oh my god.
He walks in and this I honestly thought she was attractive. She says to him,
I think she was supposed to be.
She was
good on her. She did a good job.
Yeah. He walks in and like I think is she just like the hostess or something?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She's like the hostess.
So he walks in and like she's like, hey, I'm glad you're here where it's warm and dry. Well, dry at least. And she looks at him.
No, she did it back. You said,
"Oh, I did it backwards."
She said, I'm glad you're in here. It's warm and dry. He said, it's warm and dry in here. I'm glad you're in here. And she's like, well, warm at least.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, damn.
Yeah, she within I think it was like within 5 minutes, we realized that Christopher Walken has an effect on women.
He's got a swag. He's Christopher Walken.
He's Christopher Walken. And then he walks in. Joins a table of dudes.
No. Yeah, he does because he goes to that's his table.
Oh, yeah.
And there's people there.
And it had they didn't get into this. How did they get that? It had a reserved.
I don't understand that part.
Yeah.
They were just there. I thought that was weird as well. Because, like, if it was reserved for him.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Like,
but
why would it ever be available? Like, ever.
But he's there. And there's some couple guys drinking. One of them is Jay Moore.
Yeah.
One of them is Jay Moore, and one of them is I can't remember.
So there's Sean Patrick Flannery, which is from Boondock Saints.
Boondocks. You were the one that had to tell me what he was from. He's the only guy in this movie that I didn't.
The other guy, I don't remember his name, but he is in the House of the Haunting Hill.
Yeah.
And Bly Manor.
When you see his face, you're like, I know this guy.
Yeah, that's that. Those are the actors.
Christopher Walken walks up. He's like, it's okay. These guys have my table.
He's got my table. We can have a drink.
Yeah, and they invite him. They sit. And then they're just like, hey, we should go get another drink?
I think somewhere else. We should have a night on a town or something.
Yeah, and then Christopher Walken's like, I ain't had a night out with the boys in a while.
I guess I should just do it.
Random for him to agree to that.
Well.
Like, I talk to a lot of people at bars. I've never thought to myself, yeah, I want to get in your car with three of you who are clearly a friend group.
Yeah, you're clearly together.
Yeah, and I'm alone. Let me jump in your car.
True,
but he does.
But he does.
He does. And this is where you might have to do they get into why before they get in the car?
No, I don't think so. I think what they do here, they're doing like a little like jump around.
Yeah, they do. That is one thing about this movie. They do a lot of those jumps, but like flash forward, flashback,
flash forward. So like, I think they do these like. So what they do is they jump around with a little flashback.
Yeah.
Of apparently they plan to meet Christopher Walken here, and the plan was to meet him here so that they can kidnap him. And it basically has a little jump flashback of them planning how to get him kidnapped.
Planning to get Mr. Christopher Walken.
So it's jumping back between that and them talking at the table. And so then they're in a car and they're like, we're going to do it during the Queen's Tunnel or something.
Yeah.
I think it's in New York. We still don't know.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. If you know what the Queen's Tunnel is, DM us at Gin and Sofa Pod and tell us where this movie actually took place. Because I thought it was Chicago. And then they started saying like, bridges and tunnels, and I was like, maybe it's New York.
It's more New York.
Yeah. So
and
maybe it takes place in New
makes
York.
me lean to New York.
Yeah. No one would hire Christopher Walken for any other place in New York, I feel like.
Right. Like that's like the only place you can be an actor in.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud. So then they like jump back and forth, and then they start to perform the kidnapping.
And
of course.
It goes awry because they do kidnap him, but like you can tell like Christopher Walken's a badass, like he's fighting them from the chloroform.
They thought it would be easier.
Yeah, they thought it would be easier. The thing that I feel like is weird is like here's my so they're in the Queen's Tunnel. Christopher Walken's fighting back, obviously. The guy that's driving, I gotta be honest with you, he's driving kind of erratically. I would just punch Christopher Walken in the face right then.
I don't know.
Be like, stop touching
I think what was happening was Christopher Walken was grabbing the guy.
Okay, he was attacking.
But I'm with you. If he would have punched him in the face, I think he would stop grabbing him.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying that.
Like the driver was the guy from the Bly Manor and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that guy has always struck me. I got to be honest. He always strikes me as like a. Not a man of action.
Be honest with me. Yeah.
He's a little bit of a bitch. Like in everything he plays in. Yeah. So like in my mind, he's like driving, but like, oh, guys, Christopher Walken. It's like,
please, he's touching me.
Do you need to have two hands on the steering wheel, bro?
Right? Like 10 and 2, bro.
Like I drive with one finger normally.
He was taught. Correctly.
Yeah,
his dad would be proud.
They eventually subdue.
They do.
They eventually, and they do it with like some. It doesn't matter, but they do it with like a syringe.
Yeah. It's all right. It's just that really has no point of it.
But like they catch him, whatever. They get him, and this is when he wake. I think they immediately like they cut to him waking up. He cuts him, and he's hogtied to this chair, and we've got all the dudes that were involved in this kidnapping.
Heist, almost.
Yeah. Heist,
yeah.
There.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is where we learn, I think we learn it now, the reason why they kidnap him.
Yeah, he's like, what am I doing here, boys?
Yeah, like...
What's going on?
You really fucked up.
Hey, guys, you kidnapped Christopher Walken.
You did.
What's up? And they tell him that the guy who was driving, his sister's been kidnapped.
His sister has been kidnapped.
And they kind of, I guess their plan was to get collateral.
I think I think they wanted, like, they didn't have $2 million.
Right. So the ransom, ransom for his sister was $2 million.
They didn't have $2 million. Even though, like, every single one of these dudes, every single one of them were
come from established families.
Yeah, like this dude's, hey, my dad's a doctor.
I think they said they're all Ivy League guys.
Yeah.
Fucking churches. Yeah. Fuck them all. That's all I gotta say about that.
We find out the dude's kidnapped. And then they say, like, listen, we're kind of doing a tit for tat thing.
I love though how you bring in a tit in the conversation. It's a good way of bringing a tit in.
We're bringing a tit for tat situation.
Bring tits in the conversation.
I look for any reason.
I know you do, but
it's a tit for tat thing, and they're like, Jay Moore's acting kind of like a badass. He's like the only one that's not afraid.
Okay, I was gonna say while we were watching, because before we started the movie, you said Jay Moore was like an everyday man, and he like crawled so Jason Lee could walk, so Ryan Reynolds could run, and I was like,
threw that on the head.
And I was like, and then like this role I think is not like a Jay Moore role.
Yeah, it's not a Jay Moore. Like, I kept expecting him to be the funny one.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't Ira.
Yeah,
he should have been Ira.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, the guy that played Ira, the guy from Big Bang Theory,
Johnny Galecki.
Yes. He couldn't have been anyone else in that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
He had to be Ira.
Yeah. We'll get to Ira. So they're like, we're doing a tit for tat situation.
Tit.
They're like, look, they cut off my sister's finger.
Right.
And then Christopher Walken looks down, he sees some blood. He says, whose blood was that? Whose blood is that?
He sees some blood. He's like, I see blood. Oh, yeah, because he saw blood in the dude's apron. Or
TK. We haven't brought up TK because he wasn't part of the original kidnapping, but he's a nurse or a doctor.
He's in like med school or something.
He's something. But like TK is wearing like scrubs and he's got blood on him, and Christopher Walken's like, bro, whose blood is on your shirt? And he's like, listen.
Oh boy, let me tell you.
Christopher Walken his finger. Like, they cut off Christopher Walken's finger.
They cut his pinky finger off with the ring on it.
I gotta be honest with you. Knowing the end of the movie, they didn't need to do that.
I was gonna bring that up at the end.
Okay, but we'll bring it up at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up the same thing.
We'll bring it up at the end.
But yeah.
Anyway, they cut off his finger.
Cut off his finger, and I think it was funny the fact that he was more pissed that the ring.
Yeah, he was like, that ring's only been off my hand.
That ring's only been off my hand one time. Bro.
Yeah.
One time.
And
then they like took his ring off because they cut his fucking finger off.
Made him mad.
Anyway.
And that's when Ira comes in.
Is it Ira?
Yeah,
I think that time, or is it Yeah. Okay. So I think Ira shows up. They either do Ira or they do this thing through the movie, which I kind of liked.
Oh, I love when movies do that. I think you're going to talk about like the back and forth between two.
They jumped around between the situation in the room in this house, and then they showed Dennis Leary driving around. And his his name is Lano.
And you might remember that Zach mentioned he's the person that dropped him off at the beginning.
He's the driver. He's Christopher Walken's driver, apparently.
Yeah. And then we got one of my favorite parts of this, like going back and forth, is we get to interact with Dennis Leary, and I don't know the guy that was Dennis Leary's like partner or friend, but I think he's been in The Sopranos. Like, his face looked really familiar.
Yeah. I think he's
He's not like someone big in The Sopranos, but he's definitely been in The Sopranos as like a periphery character.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, so they go to him. They're just driving around. I don't know what they're doing. They're just
I really don't know what they were doing. They were just driving around. I also don't know when that guy got in the car.
Yeah, and it's funny. I'll bring it up later, but that guy's kind of just there.
There's really no point of that guy.
Nah,
I think they just wanted to add some humor.
Not at all. Because even towards the end, when things start getting serious,
it was just Dennis Leary.
Yeah. This guy just decided to go home.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened with this guy.
So they're driving around, and what I liked about it was I think they should have made a spin-off.
Just these two dudes?
The Adventures of Lano.
Ooh.
And just the everyday life of Lano.
He's good. I liked his character a lot.
I think so too.
Yeah, I liked his character a lot.
Really into Dennis Leary's his humor.
Not to get off tangent, but like, did you ever watch Rescue Me?
A little bit. My mom was really into it.
Would I like if I liked Dennis Leary in this movie?
I think so, but I think it's a little more subdued than that.
All right.
I think you're like. I actually really don't. So like, she watched it all, and I think I should have watched it, but I guess I still can. Fun fact:
there's nothing stopping me.
Available. My bad. What I think you should really say is if you like his partner in the car, do you like that guy? Did you like that character?
I liked how.
I think you should watch The Sopranos then. Yeah, and that's real. The real issue is that you should be watching The Sopranos.
Anyone should watch The Sopranos.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But like, so they have some like Adventures of Lano is what I call it, and they just jump between these Adventures of Lano and then the kidnapping sitch.
Yeah, like they jump from the house of Christopher Walken and like whatever these dudes are doing with Christopher Walken, and then like concurrently, Dennis Leary's in a car or like doing other things with his like partner. Cruising. Yeah, he's just doing things.
And I mean, like he's doing things like there was a guy washing his windows, and he's like, "Get out, give me a fucking bucket." He's like,
"Give me a bucket."
He's like, "Stop washing my car."
Because I think he was driving a Benz.
I think he was driving a Benz.
He was driving a Benz, and you know, like when you're in a major city and dudes like come out when you're stopped at a stoplight, they want to like clean your windows. They want a tip. You hand him $1. Dennis Leary was like, "Nah, bro." He jumped out of the car.
He's like, "Don't touch my car."
He said, "Don't touch my car. Give me your bucket."
Busket.
Excuse me.
He said, "I got a busket," and I was like, "What's a busket?"
I didn't know what that.
Well, I think Lano didn't know what a busket was. He was like, "What the fuck's a busket?" So give me a damn busket. Here's $500. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, he said, "Here's $500. Go get a hotel, a shave, a shower, get a job."
But he gets a little aggressive.
He didn't treat that situation very well.
He said, "If I see you again, I'm going to shoot you."
Yeah, he definitely said some stuff that was problematic. But during this situation, one of the parts that was one of my favorite parts was like it reminded me of You and Me, where we're driving around and we're like, "Bro, you see these you see this the suit, you see this, you see this, yeah." And then they talk about Dennis Leary's boots.
His boots.
You know what they're made out of?
What kind of boots he had?
Stingray,
bud.
My dude had fish boots on.
They called him fish boots, but he was
his partner called him fish boots.
You know, he spent his money on his clothes. He wanted to be high swag.
Yeah, Dennis Leary looked good in the movie. He had good boots. He had
a nice coat on. He had a nice coat.
He did have a nice coat. So Dennis Leary, we see that Dennis Leary. I think with that scene, we're supposed to see like Dennis Leary's like a bad guy, but also like a good guy.
He's just like
an anti-hero. I think is the word.
Yeah, vigilante.
Almost. Yeah, vigilante. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah. You know, we're like he wants justice or wants things to be right, but his way.
Yeah. You know, like he's like not immoral, but
yeah, he's not Batman.
Yeah, he just has his methods.
Yeah. And then this is when Ira walks in.
Yes.
So then they jump back.
Yes, they jump back, and all of a sudden this dude shows up, this nerd.
Definitely a nerd, which is why we say only one person could have probably played Ira.
And Galicki shows up, right? And then he's like, "What's going on, guys? I thought we were playing poker."
And then he just sees Christopher Walken.
Yeah, so he sees Christopher Walken bleeding out of his hand, and I guess what the whole situation is, what's going on here, bro? And so I guess the boys, I'm gonna call them the boys from now on.
Yeah,
they got Ira to let him borrow his dad's mansion.
His dad's mansion, which is a sick mansion.
Some country club, I think, right? I'm assuming, because later on. And to play poker in, and they weren't going to play poker in it.
Yeah.
They wanted to use it to kidnap.
They didn't want to play poker. They wanted to kidnap.
Close enough. Close, but no cigar.
Close enough. He walks in.
He did have a cigar, I thought.
He's freaking out.
And so he shows up, he's freaking out, and he's the typical, you know, you destroy my dad's house kind of thing, kind of dude.
Can I be honest with you?
Be honest.
I thought he was not a good actor during this movie.
No.
I feel maybe it was intentional.
Let's go through the cast. Was anyone actually a good actor in that movie?
Dennis Leary?
Dennis Leary. I think he was allowed to be himself, though.
TK. I thought he was good.
Really?
The Billy guy? Billy from 6 Feet Under is the same guy that plays TK in.
He's in 6 Feet Under.
Billy, yeah. He's her sister.
Oh,
yeah, Billy, man. Billy from 6 Feet Under.
Okay, I was thinking about him from Clueless.
Oh yeah, he is in Clueless also.
Yeah, he's the dude who tries to commit, like an assault,
Yeah.
basically.
So I thought he was pretty good, but Ira walks in. He's like in a very like.
Jay Moore? I think Jay Moore was a bit much.
I
think he was out of his element.
Like you could. I think it's because I know Jay. No, I know Jay.
I know my boy Jay.
I know my boy Jay Moore.
That's not who he is, bro.
But like if you've seen Jay Moore in anything but Suicide Kings, and then you watch Suicide Kings, it's very like
Jarring.
different.
Very jarring.
Yeah, so like I feel like he was just an actor at the time.
You don't really know the other actors; they were just kind of there.
Yeah, the other actors were just people.
Yeah, just peeps. What about my boy Christopher Walken?
One of the things I mentioned, and I think we both agree with, and you mentioned during this review is like I think Christopher Walken, like I don't think anyone told him to act.
And it makes me wonder: does anyone ever tell him to act?
They're just like, bro, you're gonna be like a mob boss. And he's like, I am.
Oh, perfect, because that's who I am.
Yeah, and he just, he does his Christopher Walken thing.
Right.
Ira's in the room. He's like, bro, everything. This isn't poker. This isn't this.
This is what you told me.
Yeah, all this stuff. And Ira obviously knows who this guy is. He's like, do you know who this is?
This is the guy.
Literally everyone in this movie knows Christopher Walken's character. So it's supposed to keep reinforcing that this is a big deal that they've kidnapped my boy Chrissy Walken.
Yeah, right. He's a big deal.
He's a big deal. So then, like, and this is also the weird part is like everyone treats Ira like shit. So like they just were like, bro, we're not playing poker.
Yeah, we're using your house, and we're gonna drink your liquor, and
we're gonna do everything that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Christopher Walken handcuffed to a chair, all this stuff. I think this is the part, if I'm not mistaken, is this where the security a lot of this movie is like the interaction between these people. They're asking Christopher Walken like, "Hey,
so there was
help us
probably
out."
a little bit of about where they're like, "We know you know." So he's like, "Why me? Why kidnap me?"
Yeah, I didn't kidnap
the girl.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Well, we know you know people because clearly they know he's a mobster." He's like, "Yeah, I know people." So then he calls like a lawyer dude. And
a lawyer, yeah.
Yeah, the lawyer guy's like...
I thought that guy was a good actor, actually. I don't know
who that guy... I never seen him in anything in my life.
But I thought he was a good actor.
And he was like, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to find out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. He's like, we're going to figure this out.
He's like, hey, I've been kidnapped. Can you help me out? He's like, yeah, gotcha. And so then they, that's really all that was.
Yeah, it was like a
also,
quick
actually,
call.
I think, I don't know if you noticed, but he kind of whispered, tell Lana.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Like,
when he was like, who am I supposed to call? He's like, call Lana. But he like whispered it.
Yeah, he was like, make sure Lana knows what's
yeah.
up. Like make sure, because fucking Lano.
My boy didn't sleep.
My dude's about to shoot busted dudes, so.
Yeah, so like the lawyer, he calls his lawyer who's just like, all right. His lawyer also didn't freak out. Like if you called me.
He's like, you be kidnapped? God damn it, not again.
Not again.
Not again. How much do you want? $2 million? Whatever. I'll figure out what. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll front the money.
Yeah, apparently this lawyer has $2 million.
Yeah, here, bro. I'm gonna front $2 million.
I guess if Christopher Walken, if like the dude that he's supposed to be is like, I'd be like, I guess I could do it.
I sure thing, man. Right?
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit! Just make sure you pay me back.
Yeah,
it's a small chunk of change.
I'd
like my money back.
To Christopher Walken, I guess.
So I think at that point they realize. I'm trying to think.
They realize. I think this is one of the parts where they realize like their plan isn't necessarily thought out because he was like, "Hey, how am I supposed to contact you?" He was like, "Shit."
So they give him the dude's pager number.
Yeah, TK.
Yeah. So then he finds out that.
The guy calls back.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Listen, I found out who kidnapped this girl, all this stuff, but word on the street is it's an inside job. So one of the people who have kidnapped you
is in on it."
Yeah, someone in the room you're in is in on this.
Right. And then, so I think kind of it's like, I wouldn't say maybe almost halfway through the movie.
Yeah. We are about halfway because like a lot of this movie is like kind of the interaction between Christopher Walken and the people, which doesn't progress much of the plot, but only shows that like, okay, Christopher Walken's getting to know these people.
Right.
Like he's learning who they are.
It kind of like shows you more like what kind of person Christopher Walken really is.
Yeah, like he's asking questions. He's like being their friend. He's,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's smooth. He's a smooth guy.
He's being a mob boss. You know?
So he finds out inside job. He lets TK know. He's like, listen, one of the people here is in on this.
Did you know? I mean, without revealing the end.
Yeah.
Did you know who was in on it?
No. I thought that was not that was my last choice, but the person who is revealed at the end to have set kind of the whole thing up is very much not someone I thought it would have been.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Like I
which I think is a very good.
Yeah. No, it's a
thing.
Yeah. Like they did it, and I think going in blind, it helped me like not know anything about this movie. So like I thought I was thinking like 2 steps ahead, and I was like, Christopher Walken, this dude that you just told, or like I thought Ira because he was the nerd, and like like everyone was picking on him to the point where I was like, oh, clearly this is the dude that's like
he already knows.
Yeah.
So I think it's funny is because like I think once they say that like an inside job, they start jumping around again.
Yeah, they do jump around.
And they show a guy. They don't show his face.
Yeah,
and they show him talking to everybody loves Ray.
Yeah.
His brother, which is Brad Garrett.
Yeah.
Brad
fucking
Garrett
giant ass dude.
Yeah, him and some guy, and they're just like talking at like a pizza place. It looks like a fucking Chuck E. Cheese's.
That's what I thought. Honestly, I thought they were talking at a Chuck E. Cheese.
I thought it was a Chuck E. Cheese's. And they're like, we can help you out with you because whoever this anonymous person is apparently has like a shitload of debt.
Yeah, he's got a big debt to pay.
And then we'll take care of your debt. We figure out how to do it.
Yeah,
and we got you. And so basically, they're like, these guys are the kidnappers of Home Dude's sister.
Yeah,
for this unnamed person. And they just show like the conversation. So you're kind of like, oh, it is like an
it is
job,
an inside job. Yeah, yeah.
If you don't show the face, you clearly don't want us to know.
Exactly.
And that's the point of the movie. And so while that's going on, you got our boy Lano. The adventures of Lano continue on. I think he shows up at the strip club at this point because the lawyer calls him. Says, got some contacts. I don't know where the lawyer got the contacts from.
Yeah, I don't know where he got the contact. But he sent Lano somewhere where like he could get more of an information.
Right, and so he comes in and beats some dude's ass with a golf club.
The one thing I want to say real fast about this scene.
Sure.
It takes place in a strip club. Any 90s movie, I feel like randomly has to interject boobs.
Boobs.
This is when they interject it, by the way.
They do.
He walks in a strip club and like there's boobs.
They're like, we only have a PG-13. Let's get some titties in there.
Yeah, so they throw in
Christopher
some boobs.
Method of just slipping some tit in there.
Yeah, if I had known this movie had boobs, I probably would have watched it earlier. But so he walks in and like you said, he's like beating ass.
I don't even think he asked him a question.
He just walked up and
I literally think he's like, you fucking kidnapped Charlie or whatever.
And beat this dude.
Yeah, motherfucker, and just beats his ass.
He only beats the one dude, too. I thought that was weird. So, like, maybe the one dude only knew.
Maybe they only got, that's the name he gave him.
It's also weird because I think they work for him. Because, like, they were like, I'm sorry, boss.
Yeah.
You know, like, it was, like, very weird.
And then he just, like, I think at that point they give him another name. I think it's a chick.
Yeah, yeah. They give him a name of, like, where to learn, where to find more information.
Oh, I can't remember. I think we have it backwards. No, that's right. I think he goes to the restaurant.
Yeah. He goes to the restaurant and that's where they tell him to find like, hey, this is where those guys like they.
And he said that I think they said that the hostess knows them.
They're sweet on him.
Yeah.
Like the dudes are like sweet really into her. Yeah.
So then like when they get back to Lano again, he's
at this girl's house.
He's at this girl's house because he's got to ask her some.
He's got to get some information.
And her dad's apparently, of course,
abuser.
Yeah.
And like drunk. He just, it's like a bad situation. Yeah, like
just a gross dude.
And like he like grabbed her in ways that I think they were trying to suggest like he was just gross.
Yeah,
a lot of ways.
For sure.
Yeah. So Dennis Leary comes in, walks up with this dude.
He comes in, he hands out a life lesson.
Yeah, he hands out a life lesson.
And I beat my dad's ass once.
Yeah.
Because he beat my mom.
And this dude was like,
cool.
Whatever.
Good for you, brother.
On your way out, send that girl in.
Yeah.
And he was and that's when Dennis Leary. Here's the part of the movie also. So Dennis Leary, and maybe like I'm supposed to understand that he's just super drunk.
Mm-hmm.
But Dennis Leary walks into the kitchen.
Right.
Grabs a toaster. Starts walking towards him and like rolling up, I don't know what he was rolling.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah. But he's like, but like this dude just stares Dennis, like he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously
But
he's about to be...
what if I walked up to you and I was like, I mean, the situation's not the same.
Yeah.
But what if I walked up to you, or you saw a dude walk up to you like wrapping a toaster around his fucking hand? What do you think that's going on?
I'd be like, all right, this is... I'm about to...
I don't know what you're doing, bro, but it's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah, so I'm going to stand up and not just get my ass beat.
Yeah, that guy's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Anyway, but so, like, funny fun fact. You know,
Funny fun fact.
all of Dennis Leary's lines were improvised.
No way.
Except for the speech about his beating his dad.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow.
I read that last night.
Yeah, that's cool. I think you know what? That even makes it even cooler for Dennis Leary.
Because I think, like, if you watch it again, the speech feels out of place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, the speech itself felt like, I was like, is this the same dude that was making, like, bro, these boots are $1,500? You know what I mean?
Fish boots, I don't give a fuck. These are stingrays.
Yeah, like, it like wasn't funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't Dennis Leary.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I know he was being serious with the situation.
Yeah.
But I think it wasn't the same kind of flow.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense.
When I read that, I was like, oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. The writer sucks.
Yeah. So he beats his girl's ass with a excuse me. Beats his girl's father's ass with a toaster oven.
Things got out of control in that apartment. I don't even.
And the girl, did she tell him their name or like where to find them?
She did. She
told him their name.
Avery
Okay.
And Max, I think.
Yeah.
She's like, their names are Avery and Max. He's like, thanks. Which is funny because he got it like as he's leaving.
Yeah, like he could have just asked her right there.
Yeah, he's like, as he's leaving, he's like, hey, all right, also you had those guys' names. She's like, oh yeah, it's Avery and Max. And then he walks. I was like, thanks.
Thanks. Sorry, I beat your dad's ass.
Call an ambulance because your dad's beat the shit because I fucking smashed his head in with a
fucking toaster. So then
it's a pretty well built toaster.
Yeah. American made.
KitchenAid.
Yeah. So then I think it flashes back to Christopher Walken interacting with these dudes.
So. This thing is when the service call.
Yeah, the service call comes in and like some dude shows up and he's like...
Some security bro.
Yeah, he's like, listen, we gotta... He's kind of being funny. I thought it was a good scene. I like the scene.
I think I do think it's funny. I just think in the grand scheme of it was pointless.
You're right. The only thing it revealed is like the whole point of this call was he was like, hey, the upstairs alarm was tripped.
Yeah.
And it was revealing that Jay Moore had like took their father's gun. Because he was like, you went into my dad's bedroom?
That's really the only thing.
Yeah, that was all that scene was for, but it was a funny scene. And we find out Jay Moore's got a gun now.
Turns out.
Yeah.
Funny guy's got a gun.
And these dudes are just like, they're still, you can tell like a lot of these guys, except for Jay Moore, which is I think what they were trying to play up is like, all these guys were like kind of identifying with, like being his friend.
They're relating with him.
Yeah, they're relating with Christopher.
Oh, yeah, you make a good point.
Yeah. You're making a lot of good points. And I think the only person that's like, we got a plan. We got to stick to the plan.
It was Jay Moore.
Jay Moore.
Oh,
Jay Moore. Which I think is the whole reason, and I'll be honest with you, I don't mean to spoil anything, but that's the reason why I was starting to suspect Jay Moore.
Okay.
Yeah. You know,
I can see that. I can see that.
They make it a point to make him be the only person.
Which I guess is a classic misdirection.
It would have made sense if like he had any relation other than being their best friend, but no, just his best friend, I guess.
I will say he was very dedicated.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Agreed.
To be the least connected. Besides, I guess TK and Ira.
Yeah.
But still.
He was very invested in this plan for someone that, like, it turns out was just there for his friends.
Was just there for help.
Yeah.
So he's got a gun now, and I think at this point they kind of mentioned that Christopher Walken's an alcoholic, so he's having trouble coagulating his blood.
Yeah. He needs to not bleed out.
Not cut his finger off because he's going to probably bleed to death.
He's going to die.
He's going to die.
Yeah.
So they kind of fucked up.
Yeah, they messed up. They didn't think it through.
And yeah, I think at this point this is when Christopher Walken, I don't know if he necessarily does it or like they're playing poker. And I actually think TK and Ira do it, but through Christopher Walken, reveal that someone someone in this house
is
part of the
invested.
kidnapping.
Yeah.
So
they're like doing this thing where they're like, I think only Ira and TK are privy, to the fact that to the fact that like someone in the room is in on it. And like they're like trying to figure that out. It's very weird because like there are certain points in this movie where like they make TK and Ira stand out. Like when TK was like, he walks in, he's like, yeah, we got a problem. This dude's blood isn't coagulating. Yeah. Mention that. Like it seemed like everyone else was mad at TK, and I was like, oh, maybe TK is the reason. Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. It was very, they all identify. They're all hanging out. They're all playing poker. He's asking for drinks. Christopher Walken, all this stuff, and I think at this point is when Christopher Walken, they're all playing poker. Is when Christopher Walken starts being himself more, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is when he starts antagonizing Jay Moore, and like kind of, I think this is when I think Christopher Walken thinks it's Jay Moore also.
I think so, but I think it's also more of a he just knows that if he can provoke, he might get the real answer.
Yeah, I see.
Like I think it's just a natural like in his personality to like because I'm sure he's probably been in some situations before like this. Not necessarily like kidnapping, but like mobster shit.
Yeah.
Someone's lying to you. If I just start saying things and just like find your true motives. So I think that was what he was aiming at, and I do think he thought Jay Moore was the guy.
Yeah, because he was like zeroing in on him. It felt like
because they tell him the story about how like was it Jay Moore or is it Max? Somebody lost a lot of. Oh wait, I forgot. We didn't even talk about like he asked like how like why they care about Elise besides being his sister.
Right. Excuse me, the guy that was driving, Elise is his sister. We up to this point we all thought they were just best friends and like they cared a lot about Elise because it's their best friend's sister. When he's like, why do you guys care so much? What happened? This is when we reveal Max, one of the other characters,
right?
Is in kind of like a love affair with her.
Yeah, apparently their families is like Romeo and Juliet style.
Yeah, like the families hate each other,
but him and the dude's sister
Elise.
Have been like together for a while.
Yeah, like really in love, I guess.
Yeah, and then he gets lost one night, and then
it's like raining. It's terrible. They pull off, and then like she has sex with him in the car.
Yeah. Cool.
And during the sex scene is when some dudes
roll up in a van and they kidnap her.
And
that's right. Okay, so they kidnap her, and he's like, "Oh, that sucks, man." He's like, "Yeah, I really love her, so that's why we feel like together we need to do this." And then fast forward a little bit, and Christopher Walken's antagonizing Jay Moore, and I think he's antagonizing him about this scenario where I can't remember who was betting. I think it's Jay Moore betting, and he's losing a lot of money in the blackjack game.
Yeah,
and they just keep telling about how like he just kept losing a lot of money and stuff like that. So I think this is when Jay Moore was like, let me tell you a story about Christopher Walken and his like neighbor's dogs and and how they wouldn't shut up and basically says that like Christopher Walken's a bad person.
Yeah, like because like up until this point also like you even though he's supposed to be a gangster,
he's just kind of
very charming, all this stuff. So he's like, listen, you guys are getting buddy with this guy, but
I know a story.
Yeah, I know the real story.
Right.
And it's like, look, he killed the we never found these people and like some dogs,
And it's funny because like I think they tell the story and then like at the same time they jump to the lawyer talking to that call girl.
Yeah. And that was really weird.
That was random. I think he got some more information to get
Actually,
I'm going to say we probably messed up because I think he got her number before they got the guy at the strip club.
Oh, he got her number, which pointed them.
Pointed him to that guy.
In my head, I kept thinking, like, why did that scene matter? It really didn't,
It really didn't. Okay, so the point of it didn't matter to the extent that they showed it.
Yeah.
And I guess it was just to show that, like, Christopher Walken's kind of just... I think it was... All right, here's what I think. I think that, like, it was really just to show the comment he made in the beginning of the film where he's like, this ring's only been up my finger once before.
Yeah.
And it was during this because she was a call girl or something or a stripper and like this she had a pimp that was like fucking like D-bag. Shocking.
Yeah.
Pimps are douches. And so like Christopher Walken walks in with his sweet ass wig on.
Yeah. And he's like he was like
doing like dance moves like he does.
Yeah.
It's very weird. And he's like, I want this girl or something. And he's like, nah, sorry, dude. He's like, I'll give her a ride home.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you won't. And he's like, yeah, I will. And he gives him his ring to like pay for it.
Yeah, it was very weird.
And he's like, cool. And then like they flash forward for like maybe a couple months later or something, and he meets him in the bathroom. He just shoots the motherfucker on the urinal, which is a terrible way to die.
I would hate to die.
I'm assuming 100% his dick's out.
Oh, absolutely.
Cops come in, dicks in hand.
Do you think if you die with an erection, your dick goes soft? Oh, I guess blood.
You think it goes soft?
Yeah, it has to.
What about Clark's situation?
Oh, you're right.
She had sex with a dead guy. It was erect.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, touche.
What would you rather though?
I'd rather it go soft. I don't want to be caught with a boner.
You don't?
Like fully torqued. You know,
they're like, wow, this guy's really got
impressive.
It going. Impressive. Show me your erection. Show me Paul Allen's erection.
Show me Paul Allen's erection. So yeah, you're right. You know, Christopher Walken's a badass. Shoots this guy, gets his ring back.
Yeah, gets his ring back. Anyway, flashback to real life.
Flashback to current day. Current day. Is this when Dennis Leary shows up? Kind of ish.
No, I think. Excuse me. Damn.
It's all good.
I think this is when. So first of all, I think Christopher Walken reveals that like the story's partly true.
Oh yeah.
With the dogs, except for he fed the dogs their parents because they betrayed his family back in the day.
Like Jay Moore thinks the extent of the story is they couldn't find the people.
Right.
And Christopher Walken's like, nah,
man.
The dogs ate him.
The dogs ate him because it's
that's what I do.
And then he says like, then the guy calls and he's like, we got the deal.
Yeah.
They're gonna give us the girl for the money. I just need a place to drop it off.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. And he's like, where are we dropping it off, right? And they couldn't really decide. And finally, they just hit his hotel. And he's like, I need to know how to get there. I never heard of this place. And he's like, all right, someone give me directions. And like they're all like
jibber jabbering, which makes me think of New York because like New York people, they seem to
never listen. They just yell. You're right. And they're all yelling, and they can't figure out the right way to go. And then this is when Max just shows up, and he's just like, hey, this is the route to go right now. Go. He's like a fucking logistical map genius. And he's like, thanks. And you can see the smirk on Christopher Walken.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
Interesting situation.
Yeah. So they hang up the phone, and this is when Christopher Walken says, it's interesting that you knew that.
Considering you got lost really bad. Oh, did we say that he got lost?
Yeah, because that's the whole reason she was kidnapped.
Yeah,
we mentioned
lost.
that.
He was lost.
He's like, how did you know like the exact route?
Yeah,
to
he got lost so easily like 2 days before.
2 days before and all this shit, excuse me. And that's when Max, like, he's like, Max is like kind of not saying anything.
He's not saying he was innocent.
Yeah, and Christopher Walken's like, just tell your friends you're sorry. Come on. Like, I think Christopher Walken moves from Jay Moore to Max, and he's like...
Yeah, and, you know, he wants them to admit it.
Yeah, he's like, tell your friends you're sorry. You know?
Come on.
Who, you know...
Say it.
And that's when Max randomly is just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I don't know. And then, like, Jay Moore's about to blow his brains out.
Yeah, Jay Moore's like, we got to cut off his finger.
Oh, yeah.
We cut off the wrong guy's finger.
We got to cut more fingers off.
Yeah.
And so then... Avery, the guy who was driving in the beginning, his sister who was kidnapped, he admits that it was him who was sitting there talking to the guys at the,
and he was like
Chuck E. Cheese.
You got to understand, I made some bets I shouldn't have made. They shouldn't have happened again.
He made bad bets,
and he was in a lot of debt. But like he even like the part that's crazy is he's like, I was only in 20 grand of debt. Like
I think it was a total of 50 grand.
50 grand, excuse me. He's like, that was supposed to be like the ransom, but yet. They asked for $2 million.
Yeah, he didn't know they asked for more.
Yeah, he's like, oh, they did all this shit, and like, you know, I didn't want anyone to get hurt. This like became crazy and all this shit.
Mm-hmm. So that's when Dennis Leary shows up.
That's when my boy DL
Wano. DL rolls up.
DL Wano.
And he basically just shows up and takes Christopher Walken out.
Yeah, he's like he grabs TK. He's like, all right, boys, someone's getting shot.
Not gonna be me.
Yeah.
So, and then they take him out, and that's when homie says, "I'm gonna run to the hospital and get my sister."
Yeah. The Avery jumps in the car. Is like, everyone leaves Ira.
Yeah.
They all leave Ira. Avery is like, I'm gonna go find my sister at the hospital, which is where the drop off was. I'm gonna find Jay Moore is like, I don't know what the fuck Jay Moore did. TK is like, I gotta go find my girlfriend. I gotta call my girlfriend back. Everyone has shit that they're doing.
Right.
And then that's when Avery shows up to the hospital and is like, hey, I need to find my sister. She's supposed to be here. Like they said they checked her in.
She at?
And they're like, we don't have your sister's name in here.
Yeah, we don't know who that is.
And it was very, very odd.
Very odd situation.
Because that's when Christopher Walken also shows up to the kidnappers. Ray Romano's.
Yeah, so I think what happens is Christopher Walken goes to the hospital, gets his finger checked out.
Yeah.
And he goes, funny thing, he's like, weird thing is the girl never showed up or something, or wasn't at the hospital.
And he was like, interesting.
So then they show up to the kidnapped dudes, Brad Garrett, whatever.
Yeah.
And they just say, where's he at? Where's she at? Because she didn't show up at the hospital. What's up?
And he was like, who? We didn't actually kidnap anybody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the big reveal is like, no one was actually kidnapped. And he just shoots.
He just shoots, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
and
he's like, shoots them both in the head.
Like, they don't show, so Christopher Walken and Dennis Leary, of course, don't see it, but they show us that it was Max.
It was Max.
And Elise. It was actually Elise's idea.
Elise was walking up with the bag of money.
Yeah. And she was like, and they're talking to Brad Garrett, and they're like, here's the thing. You're going to tell homie that you're going to settle his debts, but really, we're going to pretend to kidnap me. We're not actually going to kidnap me, and we're going to ask for more.
Yeah.
And they're going to give them a cut, and they're going to take a cut, and then everyone's going to be happy.
Yeah.
So it was like a double twist almost.
It was a double twist. Apparently, Max and his girl with the $2 million, all they do is go on a boat. They want to live.
They just want to roll out.
They do love each other, I guess.
I guess. Suppose.
Yeah. And this is when it's badass. So Christopher Walken.
So they find out.
Yeah, they find out.
And,
he realizes after he shoots these two dudes, he's like, interesting. I feel like he knew.
I think he knew before he shot.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's weird. Shoot him.
You dudes still suck. So
yeah, you guys are lame.
Yeah. So he shows up on the boat. I thought that was that's badass.
Pretty badass. They just show up. He homie gets up and he's like, oh, there's people on my boat.
Yeah, he's like swimming. Yeah, and he's like, where's my money?
Yeah.
So he goes, gets the.
He's like, I got it.
Yeah.
Which I think he was very quick on that.
Yeah.
He's like, all right,
I'll get it.
I fucked up.
Look, the thing that's weird to me is like, okay, if all you wanted to do was sail off with your girl.
Why were you not sailing?
Yeah, just sail off with your girl, bro.
Do it, bro.
Yeah, like you're obviously Ivy League educated. You can
anchor down. Yeah. Waiting on fucking mobsters to roll up.
It was odd. And then that's when they reveal, because Elise walks up and she's like, hey, I love you. And then
yeah. So he's like, yeah, she's a great girl, man. He's like, you should be truthful with your friends, though.
Yeah, and then
not be a liar.
Yeah,
and he fucking murks their ass.
Yeah, I like the right before popping him though. He asks Elise. He says, "This was all your idea, wasn't it?"
Yeah.
She was like, "Yes,"
which is funny because I think they did that to make you maybe think that he'd just kill her.
Okay. Yeah.
I got that feeling that maybe he'd be like, oh, they're just gonna kill her.
Yeah.
But then he's like, nah. They made sure there's 2 gunshots.
Yeah. I see. Yeah.
And which I think is it's oddly a like a fitting end.
Yeah.
Most of the time you think someone getting murdered is not necessarily a fitting end, but like
I think it's deserving.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I mean, Christopher Walken's not like the greatest guy in the world, but like
he's a mobster.
And
also he does make a point in the beginning of the movie to say he's not in the business anymore.
Yeah, like he did his time. He did whatever.
He was a mobster now. He's kind of retired almost.
Yeah,
he knows taxes. People, but like and so like it kind of feels like he was just he's just a dude.
Yeah.
So like he kind of got dicked over for no reason.
That's how I
took it. He got his finger chopped off for no reason.
He got his finger chopped off for no reason. Was kidnapped. Like. Apparently, like the dude had to front $2 million, so he had to pay his dude back $2 million.
Right.
So like all this stuff, when apparently all it was 2 people Romeo and Julieting.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
we gotta get out of here.
So
deserve it. Hate each other.
Deserve it that they get shot.
I do. I think so.
Yeah.
So, it's ending. The movie's over.
The movie's over.
Immediate thoughts.
Immediate thoughts. Loved it.
Loved it.
Loved it.
Okay.
I it's one of those movies where like I want to show people who don't know what it is.
I think it's a very underrated, under the radar movie.
Yeah, like most people like Sixth Sense. Most twists you kind of know, or, like it's been spoiled. Suicide King's twists,
Right.
like it's because it's kind of a low key movie. I think I didn't know anything about this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So like the twists for me were twists.
I think you would never have seen it if it wasn't for me. I'm not going to toot my own horn. I'm just saying.
I mean, you're
I
right.
didn't say we should watch this.
Yeah, I agree.
All
right, so the gin and sofa scale. I wouldn't need. We watched it sober. I wouldn't need a cocktail. I would watch it again sober. So I would say it's a 5-star movie, which for us is a 0 cocktail movie.
That's true. I mean, I think so. Okay, so I would say maybe it's a 0 cocks.
0 cocks movie.
I'm gonna take 1 cocktail, and the only reason I'm gonna take that is because just the ageism of it.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. It is a little dated. Yeah.
Through 3 gay slurs.
You're right. I forgot about those.
From Jay Moore.
Yeah,
from
Jay
one
Moore,
character. It wasn't even like it was a bunch of characters. It was one guy.
That is something that like I feel like between the 90s and today, realizing how easily
yeah.
They were throwing out gay slurs.
They're just throwing them left and right.
Yeah, like, it was
Jesus.
It was so easy to just drop it.
And I say the 1 cocktail was just for like kind of like the,
getting over
it's an
that.
older movie, and sometimes things are just kind of like not as as crisp.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of my it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And I think it's just mostly because it's an unexpected twist.
It's really good twist. Like it's a really well done.
I like when they do things like that where it's like you think you got it,
yeah,
and then you don't, right?
Yeah,
but then you don't. Like you thought you had a twist. You're like, oh, it's Jay Moore.
Yeah, it's Jay Moore.
And then it's like, no, it's the fucking brother. And like, oh my god. And they're like, no, it's actually.
It is
really the fucking boyfriend.
Yeah, it was
like,
a good twist because like once they show a twist like that, I think you give up on trying to solve it. So you're like, oh, that was the twist.
Let's see how this resolves.
Yeah, exactly. And then like it catches you off guard with a second twist,
right.
which I very much
right when
liked.
He went to the hospital, you're like, wait, something is not right.
Yeah, why is the sister not there?
Because if he thought he was behind us, he's not.
Yeah,
yeah, and then also I think I like Dennis Leary. So
yeah,
and I think his character is right on.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, I think that was a spot on.
I like their idea of I like movies that do like a little jump around.
I do. I like different narratives taking place at the same time
and colliding.
Yeah, that's a really well done thing to do. And like having Dennis Leary's story, I guess, intersect eventually.
Right.
Yeah, I like when movies do that really well, and I think Suicide Kings did it really, really well.
Yeah, there's a few things where I think I'm gonna give it 1 cocktail for a few things.
Okay.
Such as the call girl story.
Yeah. That's weird.
I think a lot of times, like you brought it up, where they kind of tell stories for no reason almost.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't get it.
Like, what was the point of that?
Like, did you need filler? And I think maybe they need filler, but then I look at the runtime and it's like an hour and 45 minutes. It's like you still have 15 minutes to cut.
Yeah.
You could have cut that story.
Like, you could have had Dennis Leary show up to the strip club and get all the information there.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't need this story of him killing a dude in the urinal.
Yeah.
I get it. You want to show. And I think it was more just like, can we try and show that he used to be a badass?
Yeah, a badass and like a moral badass.
A moral badass, and it's like the same thing of like Guano, like he's a moral badass. But, and I just think they did it kind of wrong. And I also think that the whole flashback of them like getting lost and Max and Elise getting lost and
then the random sex
banging in the car and then like proposing to her and stuff.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Was extended.
Yeah,
very extended, about 5 minutes too long.
Yeah, it was a weird scene, and especially when we find out that the scene was kind of made up.
Right.
Like, it almost has no reason.
It almost feels like, did it really actually happen?
I don't think it did.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, like, I feel like, like him fighting the dude and like, oh,
right.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that was a story they, like, made up.
Yeah, exactly. like him, like, the breaking the window, or even proposing to her.
Yeah, it was
And then,
weird.
like, you brought up earlier, like, I'll bring it up now, because just so you don't forget, is the Did they need to cut off his finger?
Yeah.
Because who decided to cut off his finger if they never got a finger?
Yeah, no one ever got delivered a
Sorry.
finger.
Excuse me, I bumped the mic. If no one got a finger in the first place, who decided to cut off his finger?
Whose idea was it? Bro, we got to cut a finger.
Yeah, tit for tat.
Yeah.
Bro, like
And no one was sent a finger, so like
right.
What Jay Moore was like, we got a finger, so
we're gonna like whose finger was it?
Yeah.
And if there was a finger, whose finger? Whose finger was it? Whose finger was this?
it was very weird because I also one of the things you brought up the scene. I might need to throw out a cocktail, maybe half a cocktail. Maybe I'll sip off a half a cocktail.
Okay.
Only because like there were parts of the movie, like you bring up the scene where like now that I think about it, I'm like, okay, they made up this scene. How did they tell their parents like, oh, I was with this guy who you hate? Mm-hmm. You know, if there was a police involved, like how would he be able to explain like, oh yeah, Max was driving her home. And they pulled off and were having sex. And
well, we don't really say that.
Well, I know, but like, how do you explain to the cops like, hey, I was driving my girl home, but then like her father shows up, and you're like, listen,
she got kidnapped, bro.
Yeah, she got kidnapped.
I don't think they told them. Remember, they said we're not gonna tell our dads or some shit.
Yeah, it was weird. But like there wasn't for a movie like that though, there wasn't a lot of times where I had to suspend my disbelief.
Sure.
Like they did a good job of me not having to be like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
Right, because you said something else earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, the only time was like, which I guess in the end of the day, you could just say that was a made up story anyway, so it didn't really matter because it was an albatross.
Yeah.
Wait, does that even make sense?
I think albatross, like, yeah, I think that makes sense. Means? Yeah, like when it's like I think so.
A rare bird.
We're going to say that. It's an albatross.
Now it's an albatross. An albatross. I'm an albatross.
We're going to make a scale. This movie was an albatross versus a birdie.
I mean, but you know, the story could not be real, so it was really just a red herring.
Oh.
Red herring.
Red herring. It was a good movie.
You don't know until retrospect.
I'd love to hear what other people thought. If you have seen Suicide Kings, please let us know in our DMs. If you've seen it,
let us know. If not, go see it. It's on Stars.
On Stars.
It's free if you have Stars.
Stars.
I mean, I think Stars, you can get a free trial and watch it, but I'm not saying get a free trial for this.
Yeah, but it's a
I think producer Brandy watches Outlander on it, so if you're into that kind of show.
Stars seem to be good. I think Stars also has all the A24 movies.
Well, I think Stars, do you think they have good movies? What do we see?
I think Stars is where we saw future review, Talking Dirty, or past review, depending on when this comes out. Talking Dirty After Dark.
That's the mystery. Yeah.
I think Stars has random good movies, so it's not bad to get it, but you know.
The streaming wars, you know.
Yeah, the streaming wars. I don't
everyone
like
has
having
to get rights over every whatever movie.
Hate that shit.
Yeah, just make one service, please. Call it cable. I got a name for you. Cable.
But we agree. The movie's great.
Cable guy.
Also a great movie.
Amazing movie. Yeah, great movie. I think you all enjoy it, even though we just ruined the entire movie for you.
We did. You should stop halfway through this review and watch
the movie. At this point, I'm very, very sorry. Maybe I'll put an excerpt in the beginning.
Yeah, just like, hey.
Spoiler alert. Actually, you should know if it's a review of a fucking movie.
And 20 years old.
Yeah. I don't feel bad.
Yeah, I don't feel bad if we spoiled it for you.
I don't feel bad at all.
Yeah. It's a good movie. Watch it. Jen and Sofa approved.
Jen and Sofa approved. Stamp. Blam. Go. Watch it.
All right, Degenerates. That's all the time we had today. We hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like or follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or really wherever you get your podcasts. And you can always reach out to us on Instagram or DM. Just look up Jen and Sofa Pod. Jen and Sofa, out.